homed in on John Obi Mikel and that he's not doing his stuff for Nigeria. Like, he's the captain, he's the oldest player. It'd be a big shout for the coach to take him off, would it?
Yeah, I don't think he will take him off. It's not so much keeping on and taking him off. It's taking him out of the bad positions he's in. He's in front of the ball, and he's basically a player that you need behind the ball. Because if he gets it from and has to turn, he can't. He's no good to you there. They need a plan B. I think Rich is right to bring on the Necho, who's playing for Leicester. He is quick. He was at Manchester City and did really well, you know, in his own way. He's only a young lad. But they need a plan B, and they need to dig deep. And I'm not sure they have a plan B. And, you know, the good sides dig deep. And I don't know. I think the real deal here is Croatia in the dressing room. OK, guys, we need a second. We need a second to put it to bed. And that's a test that they've got to. And I'd say they're more likely to accomplish that than Nigeria are to step up.
Yeah, like, Damien, do you have that feeling that, you know, if Nigeria do step it up significantly, Croatia to have the quality, they have the players to be able to match that?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to be fairly optimistic here. I think it's going to something's going to spark. Watch Nigeria against England a couple of weeks ago, 10 days ago at Wembley. They were 1-0 down and they come out and they had a proper crack off them. I think Iwobi scored, but obviously England went on to win 2-1. But yeah, they'll respond, and I think that's what the game needs. Along with, like we said, Iheanacho on. If you ask Richie Dunn, does he want centre forwards running out, in behind? Yeah, so Ighalo, Iheanacho, two up top, and stretch the pitch with a bit of energy, I think.
How do you think it's going to go now, Rich?
I think you might be right. I think if they do open up, I think Croatia's quality could create more chances for them. But I'd like to see them give it a go, because it's the first game in the World Cup. You don't want to. You want to try and get something out of it. So they need to have a go, and hopefully we'll get a few more goals.
Yeah, I hope that was, and you can be sure it was the message from the German coach for the Nigerian players. Have a go. There he is in the second half. Croatia lead by 1-0. We're rejoining Jim and Adrian.
Thanks very much, Dara. So the goal that separates the sides in Kaliningrad, an own goal from Etibo. And Croatia's last goal at the last World Cup was also an own goal, Marcelo of Brazil 4 years ago. So history repeating, but what matters most is the fact that they're in front. The last two World Cup goals, including tonight, that Nigeria have conceded, have also been own goals. Joseph Yobo against France back in 2014. Both teams back out on the field of play. No sign of any changes being made for the second half by either side. And Nigeria with a bit of work to do in Kaliningrad to get back into this game. Trailing as they do by 1-0. The referee checks his watch. The match official, Sandro Rizzi from Brazil. We'll get the signal very shortly to set the second half in motion here. And surely, Jim, we can hope and expect that this game will improve. Perhaps.
Nothing changes within 10-15 minutes, then not only Iheanacho, we might see
who's back defending. Mandzukic, who scored 5 goals for Croatia in qualifying. Here's Etibo. Very little he could do about the own goal. He was desperately unlucky. As Balogun sends it forward, looking for Ndidi. And the last touch came off Strinic, so an encouraging start to the second half for Nigeria here. Can they make use of it and profit with a goal? So Balogun and Troost-Ekong will go forward. You'd have to imagine for this set piece to be taken by Victor Moses. He gives the signal. It swings it in. It was Balogun at the near post who got something on it. And Mandzukic, I think, was back defending as well. Let's see it.
Yeah, he was, and it came off Mandzukic, and of course, you know, he's staying up for the corner now. Balogun to have another go.
And once again, it will be Moses to deliver the corner kick for Nigeria. Words of their manager ringing in their ears, I'm sure. And Mandzukic once again coughs up the corner kick. This time nobody in green attacking the ball though.
Well, he's just been relieved that he didn't get that on target, Mandzukic, because he twisted himself. He got himself in a very awkward position.
And he met it fairly firmly as well. So Nigeria laying on the pressure here. Just a little word of warning from the referee to Igalo. Moses delivers once again. And yet again it's met by the head of a Croatian. This time it was Ivan Perisic. Moses goes to ground. And the referee is having none of that as Croatia send it long, looking for Rebic. And Rebic just bowling over the Nigerian, so it'll be a free kick for the team in green.
Well, he's scowling, isn't he, Moses? But it looked like a dive. I mean, Modric didn't stick his foot out, and he went down anyway.
Trustakong launches it downfield, straight though to Damagoy Vida. Being very commanding in the air in this game so far, Victor Moses, with Luka Modric snapping at his heels. Shehu involved, here he is. And a Thibaut back to Trustakong with Balogun square. Already there appears to be a greater sense of urgency about Nigeria in the second half. This is John Obi Mikel trying to get them on their front foot. Iwobi checks back. Victor Moses inside the area, taking on Strinic. And he drags his shot wide, appeals for a corner kick.
Yeah, I mean, I think they feel that there was a little kind of glance as the shot came through off a Croatian leg, but we've confirmed it seems to go right through Strinic's legs, and he's not fooling the referee on that, Moses. But it is better. We're now seeing some zip, some oomph from Nigeria, intent.
Forward from Vida, looking for Perisic, but it's a nothing ball. Rakitic with the free kick. Lovren for Vrsaljko. Rebic just showed too much of it, and Nigeria temporarily had it back. Modric trying to work an opening, and he does really well to slide it forward now for Vrsaljko to deliver. Only delivered all right, but behind everybody. Rakitic onto it, and always rising high over the top, but worth a pot from distance.
Yeah, and one of those where he'd made his mind up instantly. As soon as he took the touch, he was going to have a blast, and nowhere close.
Kept on by Victor Moses, looking for Odion Igalo. Utebo. Free kick.
I knew what he was doing, Mandzukic, just didn't want him to break into the space.
To be fair to Mario Mandzukic, he's such a hard worker, he's a willing campaigner, gets up and down the field, back to defence set pieces, and he was tracking back, but he's given away the free kick here to Nigeria. And yet again it will be Victor Moses to try and conjure up something from a very central position. Lifts it in. There's Rebic back defending. Iwobi, faced by Vrsaljko, gets the space and gets his shot away. Igalo underneath the dropping ball, gets a touch to it, but guilty of the foul, and the free kick awarded to Croatia, and that's rather frustrating for Igalo. And Strinic comes away just feeling his lower back.
Yeah, some irony there. He was going down just way too easily in the first half, and of course when he decides to I mean, it wasn't the worst. There's a little bit of contact there, but I guess because he's coming from behind, it looks worse. And there is a push on Strinic.
Here's Versalco. Already the signs of the second half a lot more encouraging, but Croatia go back to Dejan Lovren.
Well, it will be shown a little bit more, and it's about time kind of he upped his game, because nothing from him really first half.
Mandzukic does well to hold it up, and then the back heel looking for Kramaric, easily cut out. Dejan Lovren gets the ball under control and has Rakitic available. Steps inside Igalo and fires it forward. He's trying to seek out the run of Ivan Perisic on this near side, but he's never really close to picking out his colleague.
I'd call that hope.
Absolutely.
They still believe it's recoverable.
Well, they have to. There's plenty of time for Nigeria to dig themselves out of this particular hole. Balogun. Here's John Obi Mikel. The pressure from Modric. Modric got a touch to it, but he's still there for Nigeria. This is Victor Moses. And Strinic managed to close off the cross. Already it's been much brighter from Nigeria right at the start of the second half, and it'll be Ndidi with the long throw in here to test the Croatian rearguard, but not like that he won't. But Croatia rather hurriedly cleared it away. Perisic the final touch, and it will be a corner kick. It will be Victor Moses to take the set piece. Plenty of height on this one, way too deep, but Iwobi is there to pick up the pieces. Drives it back in. Igalo was lurking, but again Croatia managed to defend.
Lovren again, very strong. That's exactly what you need from a centre back in a situation like that.
So the onus firmly on Nigeria to take the game now to Croatia. Thibaut. Shehu. Abdullahi Shehu plays it forward, looking for John Obi Mikel, but great tenacity from Luka Modric to win it back for Croatia. Just got caught in two minds. Rakitic though keeps the attack going. Perisic with the cross, driven over the top by Ante Rebic. Well, what an opportunity that was for Croatia to put some real daylight between the sides.
Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant seems to have gotten a flag up. Yeah, straight away the flag was up, so that was always going to be ruled out, but I think Rebic will be relieved to see that, because it's a shocking miss. The ball in was just perfection, and the wonderful little quick ball from Rakitic out wide as well was sublime.
Just really kept the tempo of the attack going. The offside flag was up, and that's what matters. John Obi Mikel, now Shehu. Moses. And again he goes to ground rather easily, looking for something, and the referee again well positioned, and absolutely none of it.
He got sent off for diving in a cup final, didn't he? Moses, a couple of years back. Yeah, I mean, he knows the ball's gone, so he's almost going down before Strinic even touches him. And he's not going to get those decisions. He's going to have to produce more than that to get his side back in it. I might be wrong though. Is it a semi-final?
They will have been, yeah.
He's in the FA Cup anyway. I'll leave it at that, at Wembley. Troost-Ekong plays a square for Balogun.
Easily cut out by Rakitic. Perisic for Modric. Helping it on first time, looking for the run of Rebic. Just too much on it, and it runs through to Francis Uzoho, who's making his competitive debut tonight in goal for Nigeria. Versalco forward. Well, his side in a very good position. Zlatko Dalic. In the context of this group, it would be a hugely significant win for Croatia, because they head to Novograd on Thursday to take on Argentina. As Victor Moses delivers the cross, but much too close to Subasic.
Yeah, and Croatia themselves now would just kind of love to come up with a second, produce a move similar to the one where we saw Rebic offside a short time ago, Adrian. They'd just love to get that cushion now and just heap all the pressure on the Africans.
Here's Domagoj Vida. And Lovren takes a touch and rolls it back to his goalkeeper. It's rather aimless from Subasic. Kept in play by Shehu. Troost-Ekong versus Spor in Turkey, looking for Odion Ighalo, firmly won though by Dejan Lovren. The ball breaks. Modric looking for the free kick. It was the guilty party, and a change is about to be made. Brozovic is coming on for Croatia, so it will be Nigeria to make the first switch in this game.
Well, that would maybe tell you that there's kind of an element of conservatism maybe going to kick in now with a deeper line midfielder for Croatia.
Here's Ndidi for Nigeria, feeding it wide. Looking for a levelling goal here. Picked on by Ighalo. Straight into the gloves of Subasic.
That's unlucky again. You know, it needs pace. When you have pace on it like that, it just needs a redirect, and unfortunately for Ighalo, it's down the middle. Just a little either side, and Subasic could have been scrambling.
Got decent contact on it, but straight at the goalkeeper. Rebic putting it on for Versalco. Ball out of play though. And here comes the change. It'll be Marcelo Brozovic who's been introduced. And it'll be Andrej Kramaric to make way. Lively at times in the first half, but Kramaric goes off. And Marcelo Brozovic of Inter Milan coming on for his 36th cap.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised now to see Modric go into kind of a looser position behind Mandzukic, and for Brozovic just to sit in there with Rakitic.
So an hour played in Kaliningrad, and Zlatko Dalic makes the change. Brozovic from Inter on in place of Kramaric. Victor Moses jousting for possession.
Yeah, and you can see Modric now in a more advanced position already. It just gets him higher up the pitch and more Croatian creation, they would hope.
Absolutely. I do like Modric to play in a more advanced role for his country than he does perhaps for Real Madrid, as the ball is lifted into the area. Victor Moses was back defending. Here's Brozovic. And he looks very disappointed with his night's work.
Well, Moose is direct and he's very quick, so I think Croatia will know full well what's coming.
Playing his football these days with CSKA in Moscow. Had a loan spell at Leicester City, but never really lit up the Premier League. The free kick about to be taken. The referee has to sound his whistle and sort things out, and Nigeria getting a little bit frustrated that Croatia are wasting time. So Modric over the free kick. Past the hour mark in Kaliningrad. Modric's face a picture in concentration. And it's a decent delivery, looking for a glancing header. It goes off to Kong and behind for a corner kick.
Yeah, just happy to get enough on it. Again, a beautiful kind of depth that Modric managed to get on it. You know, he had them backpedaling, so he's just trying to land it outside that 6-yard box.
Rakitic is going across to take the corner kick. Vida is up from the back. Mandzukic picked up by Balogun. Rakitic delivers the corner. Mandzukic was in there lurking.
Yeah, the problem is sometimes like that, you manage to get free of the little bit of movement at the last minute, but by then, you know, he'd moved in and then back, and he couldn't quite adjust to steer it where he wanted.
Mario Mandzukic.
Discipline, because he played on the left hand side for many a game for Juventus, and it's out of position for him, but he got on with it.
Oh, Croatia getting themselves in a right old muddle, and they've coughed up possession, and Ahmed Musa was trying to break quickly. Well, illegally so, deems the referee. Greater tempo now about Croatia as Rakitic delivers. Looking for Perisic, but important intervention there from Shehu.
First time he's done that tonight, the right back. Yeah, and that was the mix-up that led to Musa taking it away to begin with.
Perisic for Salko. Rebic on the turn, trying to create some space. Modric trying to play it through first time, but it just ricocheted away off Balogun. Foul on Itubo.
How many times has he been fouled tonight? A lot.
Close to double figures, I'd imagine.
Brozovic the one to stand up this time.
Kong for Balogun. The situation in Kaliningrad as things stand in this group. Croatia will be top of the table tonight, but Nigeria have plenty of time to turn this one around.
Well, they still need more. They might come out with the intent and more urgency in what they're trying to do, but they have to put it together, and that's not been enough yet.
Here's Victor Moses stretching to try and keep the ball in play, succeeded in doing so. Good work from Victor Moses. Goes down inside the area, and once again it's deemed to be a dive by Victor Moses. And he's treading a very fine line with the referee, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think referees seem to have kind of adopted the attitude that if players are going to go down, then they just kind of ignore it, let them get on with it, unless it's extremely blatant. And he knows again that Strinic has got goal side and he's going to protect it. So he takes a chance that the referee might be kind, but he's not getting any joy out of the Brazilian.
Certainly not so far. Nigeria with the free kick. They got on with it very quickly, as you'd expect. Moses. Ndidi back to Kong.
Got to release it forward a bit sharper. Going sideways at this stage now is not going to help.
Modric sliding in to get the challenge on in favour of his team. With John Obi Mikel trying to work something for his side. He's been trying to be more positive by carrying the ball forward, but it was wasteful there from John Obi Mikel, trying to redeem his error. Here's Modric. Just seems to have so much time on the ball. It's a poor delivery seeking out for Salko. Musa. And Edowu back to Balogun.
He actually does give it away now and again.
Hard to believe.
Luka Modric, it is.
Nothing on further forward for Shehu. So he has to go back to Troost-Ekong. Thibaut. John Obi Mikel sweeping it out to Nigeria's right hand side, but that's easily dealt with by Strinic.
Well, again, it needs to have penetration in it, and he just hung it up in the air. It's not good enough.
For Salko to Rakitic. Fouled, free kick.
Got to think about a change now. Gernot Rohr, maybe getting Iheanacho on with Igalo and sacrificing one of the centre midfield players.
Lovren. Laid off by Rebic for Salko. Poor ball though. Straight to Balogun, but Modric is there to pick it up for Croatia. Rakitic. What can he deliver here? That's well defended. Get a corner kick for their efforts of Shehu.
Yeah, you had one or two tricky moments, Shehu, in the
arriving inside the area. Well, it's a penalty for Croatia, and there's a yellow card for Troost-Ekong. Wow. What a opportunity now for Croatia.
Well, I mean, this will be just a huge break. I mean, there it is. Both arms around. Can't argue with that. That's penalty material all day long. That's rugby tackling. I thought for a moment that it was Balogun who maybe got his arm to it, not his head, but no, the referee has spotted that. That is wrestling, and Mandzukic deserves it. He's going to get nowhere, and when he watches that back, I think he'll be embarrassed about what he did.
So a penalty for Croatia. Croatia into a 2-0 in Kaliningrad. Anxious Nigerian fans. Modric against Zohub for a 2-0 lead, and he fires.
For Modric, typically from the maestro, he passes it into the back of the net from the penalty spot. Just firm, picked the spot, wasn't going to change his mind, and he has the bonus of the keeper guessing the other way. And basically Nigeria have handed Mandzukic from even trying to get off the ground. He's tried to leap to actually get there, and Troost-Ekong has done his utmost to stop him, and illegally.
Well, Nigeria really have to try and come up with something really sensational now. Gernot Rohr has a couple of options left to him in terms of making changes, but Nigeria simply haven't shown enough in this game so far. Need to try and get a foothold pretty soon. Mandzukic once again back defending. Forward from Balogun, away by Brozovic. Now with Nigeria pressing bodies forward, they're in danger of being caught on the break. Here's Vrsaljko getting forward, steaming at pace. That's a really clever ball to pick out Rebic inside the area. And an important intervention from Troost-Ekong.
Yeah, it works out well, but the problem for Rebic is when he turned and looked, there was nobody in support, and Brozovic was the one making the late run.
They still got a corner kick for their efforts. The Croatian supporters absolutely buzzing, as you'd expect at the moment. They're enjoying this, savouring the occasion in Kaliningrad, and their team 2 goals to the good and seeking a third here. Mandzukic and Troost-Ekong getting up close and personal, perhaps once again from the corner. Kong, you'd imagine, will be a lot more careful. Perisic with the flick on, away by Balogun. Modric gets the better of Victor Moses. Calmly done, looking for Rakitic. And Rakitic to deliver the cross. Balogun with the important intervention at the near post. Brozovic. Croatia really looking to boost their scoring difference here. Strinic to Perisic. Brozovic, they exchange passes. Go all the way back to Daniel Subasic. Just over 15 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and Subasic in the Croatian goal must be thinking, what a lovely start to the World Cup for me, an easy night.
There's a precious little to do as Perisic sweeps it in, looking for Rebic, but got too much on it, and it's gathered by Uzoho. Kel caught in possession, dithering. Modric on for Rakitic. Placed by Idowu. Rakitic, well, that's really clever to pick out Vrsaljko. In a very tight corner. Vrsaljko with Victor Moses back defending. By Dejan Lovren. No great pressure on Luka Modric as he received.
No, but this fella I think's had a good night too, Rakitic. He's had a much kind of more subtle influence on how Croatia played. I mean, Modric is the one that's run the show, the Real Madrid man. And I think with that goal he's just managed from the penalty spot, I'd be looking at him for man of the match.
Here's Brozovic. Ante Rebic, and still taking on Troost-Ekong, leading him on a merry dance and then slipping it through, looking for Brozovic, but unable to pick out his teammate. Here's a Thibaut. On by Idowu for Victor Moses. Kelechi Iheanacho has been introduced for Nigeria. With less than 15 minutes remaining. Gallo is the player who's gone off. It would appear Ahmed Musa and Didi. Confirmation of the change in Soldi helter-skelter. Iheanacho on in place of Gallo. Shehu to John Obi Mikel. Iheanacho got his shot away, but it was all he could do to try and squeeze a shot goalwards. But again, Subasic is a comfortable spectator.
Yeah, I just watch Croatia. They kind of stand off him a little bit now. They don't go to him. Look at Vida, just holds his ground, doesn't want to give away a penalty, and it was a stab in the end because he didn't have the room, Iheanacho.
Kelechi Iheanacho of Leicester City these days, former Manchester City player, of course, been in and out of the Leicester side. He's here at the World Cup with his side trailing by 2-0. Modric. Musa trying to combine with his teammate, and in the end it runs back to Zoho of Deportivo La Coruña. Thibaut. Now Ndidi. Musa. Again, it's much too deep and it sails behind for a goal kick, and Nigeria have really struggled to get anything going.
I just don't think they've got any belief in that department in the team. It's just not been strong enough.
Now Croatia making another change, and it's Nikola Kalinic who's coming on, the former Blackburn Rovers player, and Ante Rebic who's run his socks off. In fact, it's Kovacic of Real Madrid, I beg your pardon. Mateo Kovacic. Very experienced player, Kovacic, of course, hasn't seen too much game time, it must be said, for Real Madrid. So correction, Kovacic is on. Here's Modric, laying it through for Ivan Perisic. And Perisic delivers the crosses. Oh, got a touch to it. The ball runs loose, and indeed he is there to mop up for Nigeria. Croatia almost in for a third goal, and they have it back. Rakitic. And Rakitic gets his free kick. And he's looking for a further sanction as well.
Well, the goalkeeper got a little bit lucky. He's done well to get a palm on it, and you're just hoping that it's going to go to the right colour shirt in circumstances like that. And it did. Got away with it, Zoho.
Kovacic was closing in on it. Croatia have really bossed this second half. And they've got a free kick here. They will be absolutely delighted. So Modric preparing to take this free kick. Much too close to the goalkeeper, who always took command, advanced from his goal and gathers. Doe sends it long downfield, looking for Iheanacho, who's causing a problem here. Trying to, it was Musa who was arriving inside the area, but the door was firmly shut in the nick of time.
Scrimmage. Yeah, he did brilliantly. I mean, he smelt the danger. He knew that Iheanacho was probably going to try and play it inside because the runner was coming through the middle, and that was Musa. And he just read it a little bit quicker.
Musa trying to bomb onto it, but Strinic read the situation really well. Cleared his lines. Good defending by the left back to get across and deal with that situation. Both feeling the effects after that coming together.
Look at Modric, a nice little touch from the skipper, just to go and touch him and say, brilliant, well done. That's exactly what we need. Keep a clean sheet. Keep at it. And I think watching in the first half, we thought there was obviously much more potential available to Croatia, as another substitute has been contemplated by Nigeria, and we just thought that they could take it on another level and weren't quite doing so. But at this stage now, you don't care as a player. If you get off the field tonight, Croatia, and you've got a 2-0 win, it doesn't have to be spectacular. You get the job done, 3 points, and you move on to the next one. And to be honest, they would have looked at this, Adrian, as a must-win, as the probably likeliest 3 points in the group. Because Argentina, we know can be dangerous on them, and Iceland can be very stubborn.
Etibo fires it forward, it's flicked on and dealt with the effort from Balogun. Again, it was a comfortable take for Subasic.
That's probably about as hard as it's become tonight.
A relatively comfortable night for Daniel Subasic in his 39th international appearance for Croatia. Balogun defends from the long clearance. Etobo forward from Idowu. Flag is raised against Kelechi Iheanacho. Shepherded away from goal initially by Shehu. Strinic. Ivan Rakitic of Barcelona. It's a good ball again, seeking out Ivan Perisic. Managed to just lift the ball away from Shehu, but straight to Trista Khan. To Thibaut. And then Didi. Forward from Idowu. Salko managed to fend off the challenge of Ahmed Musa, and Lovren back to his goalkeeper. It's certainly a very interesting group now, Jim.
Well, it is, because I mean, I'm not sure Nigeria are going to make an impact in the other games, but certainly Iceland are capable of getting right into the mix, there's no doubt, and getting up to the start they did against Argentina is a real plus for them. They're very dogged and determined. They don't go away quietly.
And defensively today, they were absolutely superb. Bodies on the line all the time. Croatia will feel they're in with a great chance now of progressing to the round of 16 if they proceed here and bank all 3 points. Another change about to be made, and Croatia about to introduce Marco Piazza for the last few minutes here. Lovren. Modric. Rakitic, the last man back. Calmly done by Subasic. Strinic. Mandzukic with the layoff, just couldn't quite combine with Ivan Perisic.
That's it for Mandzukic tonight. Done his bit.
Certainly did. Worked so hard, and of course got the penalty. And it was a wrestle to the ground. He covered so much ground as well, and a nightmare for defenders to have to try and deal with. Exchange of passes between Modric and Brozovic. Dole back to his goalkeeper. McGon looking for Kelechi Iheanacho, but well read by Dejan Lovren. Didi. And a firm challenge from Strinic, the left back.
I think the reason that Nigeria have fallen short, Adrian, is because they haven't produced the guile, the invention, the imagination. They haven't got players that can open a game up. Croatia do, and even though Croatia weren't at their very best, I think they've got another level or two that they can hit. You know, they've shown with Modric and Rakitic.
As the shot is blazed high over the bar from Etibo. And certainly Croatia, a lot of quality players in their ranks.
They do. They're very comfortable in their own skin tonight, Croatia. And this was the opener, and it is very, very unlucky. Atibo. And the party began, and it was added to then by madness from Troost to Kong. I don't know what he was thinking, and the lead was doubled by a very cool Modric.
Here's Musa for Nigeria with the pullback. Might run here for Iheanacho. Moses on the turn. Victor Moses blocked away. Again, solid defending. Those in the red and white check jerseys for Croatia. Strinic, who may have got the block on it. We'll see it once again.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is because they had to go away from goal so far from Moses, and by the time he turned and hit it, there was a group in front of him. And from that joy in the stands, it's turned to angst now amongst the Super Eagles faithful.
John Obi Mikel, the last few minutes, goes off. Tried to carry it in terms of a threat forward, and it's Nwanko who's on for the last few minutes for Nigeria. So John Obi Mikel didn't really quite deliver on the night for his side.
We said it at the very start, the teams, that the position he was playing in. This coach fancies him there. None of us seem to see it. I was listening to the boys in the studio at half time. I don't know why. I think you need somebody with more mobility and a kind of a quickness in their movement to be in that position, to supply a spark. And John Obi Mikel can't deliver.
Troost-Ekong back to his goalkeeper, and Uzoho clears downfield, met by Brozovic. Good work by Atibo, battling away for his side in the last few minutes. It's been a thankless task in the centre of midfield. The yellow card being flashed for Brozovic. Shake at the head from Marcelo Brozovic. Hitting the 89th minute. 2 goals down. Nigeria. This free kick. You just never know, I suppose. Nwanko unable to make the most of the set piece. Here's Shehu. Victor Moses. Again, it's cleared away. Etobo forward, looking for Kelechi Iheanacho. Has to chase to keep the ball in play. Victor Moses. Vida for company. Managed to create some space to get in his cross, and Vida got a block on it. Vida's a player who gets a lot of criticism back in Croatia, but he's been rock solid tonight for his team.
He has. I saw him play left back when they played against Brazil at Anfield, and he looked very comfortable in that position. He's got good versatility, and obviously favoured ahead of Chorluka.
Ndidi. Put out by Brozovic. Coolly done by Luka Modric, and well won by Perisic. 4 additional minutes to be played in Kaliningrad. Troost-Ekong manages to drill the ball downfield. Here's Rakitic. He gets aside a free kick, and he's been very composed in the centre of midfield for Croatia tonight.
Well, they were always going to be the strong points from the 2 top sides in 2 of the top sides, I should say, in La Liga, and it's been the case. They've had a huge influence in the proceedings.
Piazza fouled, and at this stage I think the Nigerian supporters in Kaliningrad know that the game is up. Just simply haven't performed on the world stage tonight.
No, the fashion is good. I'll give him that, but that's where it ends. They've been toothless. That's been the problem. That's the criticism of Nigeria. They just didn't bring enough to this occasion. They haven't imposed themselves at all on Croatia. And Croatia have had an evening that they could have just dreamed about, really. It's worth the treat.
Absolutely. Opening match of the World Cup is always a testing affair. Croatia about to pass the test in the examination. With a fair degree of comfort, it must be noted. Salko. That's his throw in. Kovacic is in. He should have scored, really, but the goalkeeper makes the save. It was a rather tame effort from a player of the quality of Kovacic.
I'm just thinking, you know, why doesn't he try to feed Perisic? Because if he slips it between defender and goalkeeper, I think Perisic has a tap in.
Rakitic. Here's Perisic, who was screaming out to receive the pass. Strinic. Croatia finishing this game on the front foot here. Brozovic was pulled all the way back to Domagoj Vida. Lovren being pursued by Ahmed Musa. Well, they're very clear. Clears his lines. Coming once again, the Croatians with Kovacic. Again, Perisic through the middle. Nigeria will have an extra day's rest before taking on Iceland in Volgograd. An own goal in the opening period, the rather unfortunate Itobo. With an own goal, and Luka Modric dispatching a penalty in the second. Comfortable win in the end. Full time in Kaliningrad. Croatia 2, Nigeria 0.
Okay, very good. Here's how Group D looks after the first round of matches, and Croatia sitting at the top there. Could be an important win for them this evening. The next fixtures, Argentina-Croatia, is huge on Thursday. That's at 7. You can see it here. And you will see Nigeria-Iceland as well the following day. That's on Friday at 4. We're going to go to a break now. All the reaction and analysis from Croatia's win over Nigeria is coming up.